Long Island schools made the list.
And Caitlin Clark made the luncheon.
Welcome back to another episode of the Long Island Tea Podcast, where we spill the tea on living an amazing, brisk,
Yeah, seriously.
beautiful Long Island life. I'm Sharon.
I'm Stacy.
Stacy. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? We had a week this week, girl, or last week.
Yeah.
We were out and about.
We were. It was nice.
It was very nice.
It's nice, our office is very, it's fun to work here, but it's also nice to get out of the office.
Yeah.
And we did that for 3 days in a row.
Yes, incredibly.
Yeah.
It was funny. I had one of our colleagues in my office the other day, and I'm deleting my emails because I get a lot of whether or not they're not spam, but newsletter stuff.
Deletable.
Mm-hmm. So I started deleting. As she's talking to me, I stopped deleting. I probably deleted 20 as we were talking. And she looks over at my computer screen and boom, 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 20 more are popping in. And she's like, dang. I'm like, I just cleaned this out.
You're like, you're welcome for meeting with me. You can see what's going on while you stand
so
here.
Insane. So being out of the office is very nice because you're not bombarded.
Yeah,
but the cleanup is always
it's bittersweet.
It's rough.
One thing about your office setup,
yes,
I've been meaning to tell you, is your screen that faces the public is your messaging, your team's screen.
Yeah.
And I always get super nervous if I want to message you something that may have to do with a coworker or whatever. Right. And I'm always like, is someone in your office? Yeah. That's how I always lead it.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I want to do is someone speaking to you in your door, standing in your door frame, and they're like,
yeah, what are you talking about?
She didn't tell me she had that problem. Stacy, come down here.
That's funny. That's true. I didn't think about that. But we went out and about. We went into New York City on Monday, and we attended the Skift.
Yeah, Women Leading Travel and Hospitality.
Yes. The keynote, I fell in love with her. She was amazing. Her message was lead with love and how to do that both internally and externally.
Yeah. And
one of the things she did say, and it's very interesting, you don't use the word love in corporate America or in, the corporate world where it's kind of shunned upon or, it's shied away from to use the word love in an office or an organization. And she said, don't, it's not a scary word. Yeah. It's okay.
One of the ways, lead with loving, I think is what it was. Right. It was an acronym. And the V in loving was to be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to be tough when you're listening to someone's story or their problem or whatever. You can feel free to relate. You can feel free to emote. Yeah. You can, and just be human because that's what's working now instead of the old school sort of being robotic. Yeah. And, how tough you are. You wore that like a badge.
Right. Right.
That, I work hard. I work long hours. That's our parents' generation. Right. And it still is ours, to be honest. But I think we're the ones that are sort of understanding. Yeah. Just sort of understanding that the generation that came after us, is not built that way. Right. They want to work really hard and they want to have a life. Yeah. Where our generation, that work-life balance, we want the work ratio to show how great we are. Yeah. But that doesn't have to be the case.
It doesn't. And I think, I feel like we've done that here at this organization for many years. And I think that at some point, she's like, you still want to have that authority, to show that there is a boundary, but it is okay, to your point, to be vulnerable. And vulnerable not meaning opening up your life story. Correct. But vulnerable in a sense that you can relate to what you're going through as a human being, and you can react. You can get emotional. It's okay. Yeah. So I think I really loved it. I think she was awesome and she was incredible. So that was a really fun day. We had a beautiful weather that day. My bad on wearing boots to the city that have a heel. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that
You look good though.
Thanks.
And beauty is pain sometimes.
Beauty is pain. And at one point you're like, how are your legs? How are your feet holding up? And I'm like, I'm more afraid of tripping over like the broken concrete than I am more. But it was a busy day.
We got steps in. It was approximately, it was equivalent to like 25, 30 blocks each way.
Yeah.
And that was nice. We had nice weather, so it was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. We went to the Brooklyn Deli, right?
Yeah.
Best turkey sandwich
Had some sandwiches. Yeah.
In like a long time.
Yeah, across the street from Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
So we were able to see they're under some construction.
Yeah, I wonder what they're doing.
Yeah, but it was geographically convenient. It was nice. It was a nice way to get out. And we spoke to some, it was a networking event.
Yeah.
Spoke to some people. So it was fun. Long Island can start to feel small in a good way. You go to these networking events, everybody there. It's cute that way.
People, yeah.
But it's nice to, step outside of Long Island and meet other people and just hear, there was a Q&A session after the keynote speaker. And it's always nice to hear people's stories because you're like, oh, that I know that. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Oh, you feel that way too? Or you had that happen within the workplace too? So it's always nice to not feel like you're on an island.
Right. No pun intended.
Yes. Well, oh, wow. It comes so naturally.
So naturally.
All right. So then Tuesday, we had the Melville Chamber of Commerce Expo.
Yes, Business Expo.
Yes.
Very well attended, I heard.
Very well attended at the, what is it considered? The Huntington Hilton?
Hilton, Long Island.
Hilton, Long Island, which is always an amazing location. We have our annual meeting
there,
yep. And so it's a venue used by many. That was set up really well. There were just a ton of vendors. I don't know what I was expecting, but it really was in the largest ballroom, wall to wall. So on the outside, it was all these restaurants that were participating and giving away free food.
That's amazing.
And then the inside was, on the perimeter were the restaurants, and then inside of that were all the other exhibitors, including us. So Angelica and Ricky from our partnership and events department were there with me, and it was great. I mean, I definitely put on a few pounds. We spoke about winter bodies, so I'm really working on that. It was impossible to say no. It was Scotter Brother restaurants.
Wow.
So that was amazing. And then they were giving out, there was a smoothie place. And so it's very tempting because they're all bite-sized things. You want to try it all.
Keep going down the aisle. Yeah. That's funny.
But then there were other really great, other great exhibitors, and some of which are going to become partners.
Yeah, I know. Angelica was like messaging me while she was there. She's like, I just signed three new businesses up. I'm like, that's amazing. And that's why we do those things. Yep. It's so important to get our face out there in the community and at these events. And then also just to do that business networking where we can say, here, this is what we can do for you.
Yeah.
That was exciting. And then on Wednesday, we went to the Long Island Association's Fall Luncheon.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Where to begin?
Katelynn Clark was the fireside chat with Matt Cohen. Amazing.
Yeah, that was really good.
Oh my gosh. So I'm not, I love sports. More so now that my son is older and getting into them and watching them. So like that's become a family thing for us. Yeah. We never really watch basketball, and not for any particular reason. I just think we just don't.
Yeah.
But we're more like hockey and football and baseball. And so I was telling him, I'm like, I came home, I'm like, Braden, you have to like, I don't understand. How do you not know this woman who's 23 years old? She was recruited in 7th grade. Yeah. 7th grade. I'm like, bro.
Mm-hmm. Last year, up your game.
Up your game. And so I was telling him during like sports registrations, they ask you, are you okay with being, having your child being scouted?
Yeah.
And I always say yes. So we had that conversation and he's like, you do? And I'm like, yeah. And so it was a good conversation to have with him. So then I was showing him TikToks of Katelynn Clark and what like her clips, some of her clips. And he's like, Mom, we need to start watching basketball. I'm like, she's incredible.
Yeah, we are basketball people, not baseball people. I'm a Mets fan, but Reed doesn't, I don't know that he would know how to put a ball in a glove. But we are big fans of Katelynn Clark, and Reed was upset that I couldn't just bring him.
Yeah.
I was like, these are seats that cost things. Like, it's not just like a bring your kids, or everybody would bring their kids. But I was curious to see how she would be sort of in this format.
Right.
We see
as
her
a
speaking.
presenter type
we see her speaking to the press, but I've never seen her outside of that.
I was very, very impressed with her. Yeah. And, I said it to you, I think, afterwards, where I thought it was cute because there was, she was very professional in her speaking, and she spoke very well. And then there were times where you could tell she was 23, and she would do like a little giggle, and I'm like, oh, she's still young,
Yeah. I mean,
her career is incredible.
I feel like when I think back on that age, I know that I was still a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, she's a professional athlete. She was Times 2024 Athlete of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean, she's, I'm sure she's wise beyond her years, but you are what you are. So it was cute. There was, speaking of vulnerability, there was a little bit of that there. Yeah. And the crowd was really engaged. And when she came out, I was like, these people better stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody did. And then at the end, they stood up again. And that was really fun.
That was a fun event.
For me, that was like, I know that you guys said they had David Beckham a couple of years ago
that
also.
Was awesome.
Yeah, I know. Missed that one.
That was awesome.
Got hired a little too late for that.
I think it was that year that you were hired.
But it's cool to, first of all, she is an enormous name. I mean, I think they said that she was one of, I don't remember what the source was, but one of the most powerful athletes in sports now, like number 5 or something like that. So that's really important. And again, coming to Long Island, thank you, LIA. But, these types of athletes get offered this stuff for how many times, in how many places, and we were able to secure her. I
know, and she said that was her first time being on Long Island, which I thought was really cool. She's like, I'm going to come back, I promise.
Yes.
That was awesome. And I loved even more about her a little bit. She's a philanthropist, so she opened up I think it was like 13 or 20 baseball courts actually all sports courts. Yeah. So those new types of turf courts that they have at the parks in her hometown. So I think that was awesome. And then she was just developing another 10 or 12 in
and she has a nonprofit. She's young with a solid salary who's spending it the right way. In my opinion, not to be judgmental, but that's what I always wish. Like if I'd come into money like that, the first thing I would do would be like to donate back to where I grew up or donate it to just those in need. So it's nice that she's doing it. Yeah. It was great learning about her.
It was so great. You wouldn't know that, unless you had those types of things.
Matt Cohen did a nice job.
He did.
Interviewing. You can get nervous around that. You have everybody looking at you. It's an enormous ballroom.
Yeah. You're speaking to a professional basketball player. Like, it's crazy.
And shout out to the food. I got there. It was like I hadn't been fed in a month. I don't know what happened. I sat down and was like, oh, chicken. It was that mousse cake. And I ran through the chicken so quickly because the mousse was at the finish line. And then I realized half our table wasn't even eating. You and Angelica on each side of me touched nothing. So I'm like this mousse that's
well, it's funny because it was a luncheon, right? Yeah. So, but it started at 10:30 in the morning. Right. So it was like they had this cocktail hour type thing in the beginning with incredible hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that. And then we went right into the lunch portion. But, it's like when you have these venues that are catering facilities, all the meals are typically the same, right? So it's like a wedding meal when you're sitting down at 11 o'clock in the morning.
It was very nice.
It was very nice.
Do we want to recap our Halloween?
Yes.
It was great.
Halloween was incredible. The staff came in full costume.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell everybody what you were?
Yeah. If you listen to this, it won't come as much as a...
Oh, no, we'll have imagery. Michael will put it up.
Yeah. It won't come as much of as a surprise.
Oh, okay.
Because everyone knows I'm obsessed with lighthouses.
Yes.
Shout out Pam, my girl. I came in as a lighthouse. It specifically looks like the Montauk Lighthouse, but no preferential treatment.
So this is awesome because... we've never done this. I never cared to do it or anything because Halloween's not my thing. We know this. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But the team was asking about it. So you were like, please, can we do it? And I said, okay, let's do it. And I walk in and I see Matt.
Mm-hmm. Adorable. Cutest cowboy there ever was.
Cutest cowboy there ever was. He was so stinking cute. I'm like, I couldn't even stop laughing at him because he looks like a cowboy.
Yeah, so we ultimately, executive decision, we decided that would be his outfit going forward at the desk.
Okay. It's welcoming sheriff. That's hilarious.
Howdy, partners.
Really? Oh, it does work. Okay.
It does work.
Let's go down the line. You were a lighthouse.
Bree looked adorable.
She was adorable. She was
just decorated.
She was just decorated. She looked beautiful with her little pearls and her angel
and she
halo.
set up a trick-or-treating thing in the door.
She's so stinking cute. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to wear cat ears.
Yeah.
Well, Dang.
You have 364
more days.
Allison
was dressed in full jewels.
Yes, she was the thief from the Louvre.
Yes. So
French.
we talked about that. That was funny. With the guys, the actual people who did the heist.
Hotties.
They were such cutie patooties that there was like Facebook post about them saying like, my jewelry box is open.
Nice. That's like
leaving the door unlocked.
When Kelly was a burger.
Kelly was a burger and fries.
And then that takes care of
that side, right? So then we come over to this office.
Yes.
And Ricky was Hermione from Harry Potter. Alexis was, I can't think of the movie. The Matrix. Thank you.
Yes. Full head to toe. Patent leather dress.
Jacket type thing.
Jacket, with
sunglasses.
Shades.
Yeah. Killer costume. Because it's her favorite movie. Michael was Scooby-Doo. I loved it.
The tallest, cutest Scooby-Doo.
I know. Who else?
Chris was Glenn from Glenn's Donuts.
I love it.
Nolan wore a shirt with peanuts on it.
Yeah, Snoopy and peanuts. He's the same as me. We don't really decorate. But I wore a shirt that says, "Oh my God, I am literally dead."
Yeah, with a skeleton on it.
It was cute.
Angelica was Wednesday.
Oh my
and
God.
Angelica was Wednesday.
The award winner, potentially. Yes. Angelica was Wednesday. Not a far departure, Angelica.
Not at all. Not at all. But it's funny. She had her annual review. And so she came in and she's like, I even said to my mother this morning, this is really awkward because I have my annual review with Sharon.
That is very
funny.
As
Wednesday Addams. So I thought that was cute. But everybody did a great job. There's a TikTok out there. Definitely check it out. It was awesome.
And we did it in two
times. Awesome.
I mean, that's, there was dancing and clapping and some choreography involved.
I love it. Michael did an awesome job.
Yeah, that was quick.
Yeah, it was very good. All right, so let's get into this episode. Show us your Long Islander.
So, as you know, each week on the pod, we spotlight a standout Long Island local making an impact. This week's spotlight is on two students. Love it. Katelynn Glover and Hannah Schultzer from Floyd High School. They're seniors, and they were named commended students in the 2026 National Merit Scholarship Program, which places them among the top 3% of PSAT test takers nationwide. And they're here on Long Island. Incredible. They both shine academically and through extracurriculars. Katelynn is active in the Science and Honor Society, Future Business Leaders of America, National Honor Society, and the band, theater, and Girl Scouts, completing her Gold Star project, a pollinator garden. And Hannah participates in the Youth and Government and Foreign Language Honor Society, Science Honor Society, Debate Club, Future Business Leaders of America, and New York State Teen Tech Council. That's amazing. Do you remember what you were like in high school?
None
this
of that.
Does not remind me of myself.
Nope.
At all. But very commendable. And, the achievements highlight their talent and the supportive community at Floyd schools, showing that Long Island students are thriving inside and outside the classroom. So if you know of anyone doing something incredible, again, here we have students, we've had people who have saved lives, we've had people who have written books. Let us know. Show us your Long Islander. Send us a DM or email us at spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.
Amazing. Speaking of schools in Long Island, did I just say ew? Did I just say in Long Island? Gross.
Cut. You're fired.
Long Island schools shine among New York's best. Long Island continues to showcase excellence in education with 17 schools earning spots among New York State's top 50 list in the U.S. News and World Report's 2026 Best Elementary and Middle School rankings.
Yeah, example like Cold Spring Harbor is on the list, and many more beyond that. Long Island schools are recognized for outstanding teaching, engaged students, and programs that foster both academic and personal growth. And we see that with the two girls we just mentioned.
We really do. And you see it. You watch the news any morning, and somebody's always being highlighted. These achievements underscore the island not just as a destination for scenic beauty beaches and local culture, but also as a place with thriving communities and excellent public education, making it a region that supports families, students, and visitors alike.
So, as usual, let's get into our animal section. Little did you guys know that Michael owns some sort of sanctuary. This is like soft promotion for Sanctuary Week. But this actually is, all jokes aside, one thing I learned about Long Island when I moved here is how big the bird watching
communities
is. And it really, like, we really do get, I sold my house during COVID, but when I had it, we had a backyard and there was just, had like a couple bird houses. And it was like, I really would see birds that I'd never seen before, or ones that I don't see often landing, and they would really hang out. It was like, I could see 20 different birds in a given day. It's really, really cool. And we used to do, my kids were younger, we did all sorts of like activities attached to our beaches and parks. And my kids were always too young for it. You had to be like of a certain age and bring binoculars and all this stuff. But yeah, the bird watching is a huge thing. So a rare European common cuckoo it's what they call me, has landed in Riverhead, Long Island. It's only the 4th recorded sighting of its kind in the continental U.S.
And this is incredible. The wayward bird,
Say that.
Say it again. Likely blown off course by a nor'easter, was first spotted by golfer Roy William Gardner, sparking a viral rush of birders from across the country.
So farms and golf courses have opened their grounds to hundreds, hoping for a glimpse of the gray and white visitor, which experts are calling a once-in-a-lifetime sighting. Listen, if this is your hobby, this is as cool as it gets,
Come
right?
to Long Island, yeah.
Yeah, another reason. But it is really cool. If you guys were to look up, we should maybe do a blog on this or something.
Well, it's interesting. So I have this, I don't know if this is like correlation, but do you remember a few years back, like people were reporting rat infestations around, was it a few years ago?
Yeah. Yes. We experienced that when they knocked down some trees to build a development.
Okay.
And so a lot of that moved into
that was happening in my town because I don't know what was causing it, but bird seed, when people have like if they're bird watchers and they have like bird seed feeders, like attracts the rats.
That's why we took up our bird houses away from my backyard.
Yeah, it's
because
crazy.
we would start to see squirrels and that was fine. But
oh my gosh, speaking of squirrels, I mean, we're on an animal tangent. I go pumpkin picking. I took my daughter's pumpkin picking 2 weekends ago, and I like never let them like spend more than $10 on a pumpkin. I was feeling myself that day. I was like, this is a good day to go pumpkin picking. It's beautiful. The weather's gorgeous. So I let them pick a bunch of pumpkins, and I like to line my steps with them. I have a lot of steps in the front. And these dang squirrels ate all my pumpkins.
Were they carved and they sort of found their way? They just ate it from
ate them. Just ate them. Pumpkin seeds everywhere. Yesterday I cleaned them up, and then I left one, and it was painted. My daughter painted it, so I didn't think they would eat it because of the paint. Well, this morning
you learned squirrels like paint.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Turns out they liked that paint, and it picked it up somehow. The pumpkin was bigger than the squirrel, and it like threw it on my lawn. So it was like pumpkin seeds everywhere. Sorry, rant over. But that was like really frustrating.
Pumpkins, by the way, I do not like pumpkin drinks.
I don't
like pumpkin food.
Yeah.
Like things, but I love roasted pumpkin seeds.
I know, you told me this last year. This is crazy.
I did say that last year. Yeah.
I just saw a recipe for a pumpkin white Russian that looked really delicious.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't like pumpkin stuff. So funny enough, too, I have one of those. I told you guys this earlier. I have a wax warmer in my house, and instead of a candle, I'll burn wax, and it smells so delicious and everything. And I have like this pumpkin spice vanilla bean one. And I put my water bottle on my counter every night, and I had the burner burning last night. I turn it off. I fill my water bottle up this morning. I come to work and I take a big swig of my water. It tastes just like pumpkin vanilla bean. There's nothing in it. It's just the scent, like landed on the bottle.
Is that good to consume?
No.
Yeah. Like I hated it.
Hate it, especially since I hate pumpkin flavor.
This is an important topic.
Yes.
Because so many people have dogs, right?
Oh,
and we love.
It's like the animal episode.
Yeah. We love. We love our dogs. And, a lot of times I know I don't have a dog. My sister has 4, and basically every single one of my friends or my kids' friends do. And a lot of times the question is, where can we take our dog? They don't want to leave it at home.
Right.
Especially on these beautiful days. You know, they want the dog to get outside. So this is dog-friendly fall adventures on Long Island. So make the most of this crisp fall weather with your 4-legged friend. whenever we talk about breweries or all the you pick stuff, we have been saying most of them are dog friendly. So Long Island offers plenty of pup approved fun this season. So
sip and socialize. Grab a seasonal brew with your dog at Six Harbors Brewing Company in Huntington or Blue Point Brewery in Patchogue, both known for their dog friendly spaces and community events. Don't miss Six Harbors Deck the Paws Ugly Sweater Party on December 7th. That is adorable. And Six Harbors, their dogs serve the beer to you.
Oh, right.
This is the cutest thing.
We should do that.
We really need it because we both want dogs. So let's go there and hang out with Six Harbor Brewers.
And not bring any home.
Right.
Just pet them there.
Right.
Who doesn't love bringing their dog to the beach? So enjoy the ocean breeze at Shadmore State Park in Montauk. Leash dogs can explore the scenic bluffs, trails, and the sandy beaches.
Love it. Also love winery walks. Bring your pup to Pindar Vineyards in Peconic for wine tastings, live music, and even glass painting workshops. Nice. Dogs are welcomed both indoors and out.
And then for some farm fun, head over to Water Drinker Family Farm in Manorville or Riverhead for pumpkin picking, hay rides, and a beer at Long Island Farm Brewery.
There's nature trails. Wander the dog-friendly paths at Blydenburg County Park in Smithtown for a peaceful fall hike among colorful leaves and open fields. And then there's also Gardner Park in West Islip. This is a great dog. It's Bayshore, sorry. My hometown. It's a great dog park as well as hiking trails along inside of it. And one of my favorite trails is you walk all the way to the end and you're at the bay and you're like
really?
The end scene is Robert Moses Bridge. It's gorgeous.
Those are really, pod aside, those are like those are the gems. Like
yes.
just knowing that fact can really alter your weekend.
100%.
Like I'm like, we are going to talk about where exactly this is because I would like to do it. That's what I want. I want a path where at the end it's like in the movies and you push the brush away and you're suddenly facing water.
And it's gorgeous. It's like breathtaking. Go there during sunset. It's amazing.
So today is a very special day.
One of my favorites.
National Candy Day, which we actually experienced today. We both had some candy at a meeting earlier. That was really fun.
Well, this is fun because you have meetings all the time and you bring this candy all the time. And I just learned that because I'm like, oh, who brought the candy into this meeting? She's like, I did. I bring it to these meetings all the time.
And I said it with nasty.
And she comes into my office and we have multiple meetings daily and she never brings me candy. And I love candy.
Yeah, that's going to stop going forward. You slapped my hands for it.
Yes.
But Long Island is a paradise for anybody with a sweet tooth. There's a variety of spots to satisfy every craving. We speak about this place a lot, but it's deserving. You treat yourself to a handcrafted delight. It's a set chocolate in Cuckoos, where artisan chocolates are made with passion and creativity.
Or head to Bon Bon Chocolatier in Huntington for decadent truffles. Chocolate-covered treats and unique confections that are as beautiful as they are delicious. For a taste that spans the island, check out the Biscotti Company, known for its classic Italian cookies and specialty sweets available all across Long Island. So I'm more of like a sugar candy. Like I'm not a chocolate eater. That's a lie. I do love chocolate. But like I would rather Mike and Ike's.
Oh, no.
Or like lollipops.
I love red sour. So like that across the board, red sour things.
Hot cinnamon.
Gross. No. I wholly reject anything. Hot cinnamon's even worse than just plain.
What were those? Firecrackers? The big...
Hot tamales.
Hot tamales?
Yeah, right? I think so. Like in the box?
No, the big hard ball. It's red. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I do, but I don't think that's what I'm talking about. No, I don't know.
Fireball.
Oh,
yeah.
Fireballs. Fireballs. I love them.
Yeah, so if it's sour and red, I love it. Otherwise, I do want chocolate. Dessert, when we went there for North Fork, Sights, Bites, and Flights, we went to Dessert, and that's where I could live in a place like that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Hallmark Channel.
Yes.
And Lake Ronkonkoma. We've got this guy, Greg. He's a Lake Ronkonkoma native and a former Long Island football star. And he is one of 10 actors competing in Hallmark's reality show, Finding Mr. Christmas.
This is incredible. I am so excited for this because we talk about it all the time. Long Island is made up of Hallmark.
It is. That's very true. Downtowns.
Yep. Downtowns. And we all love the Hallmark Channel. And I believe it may have already started, but it starts right after Halloween where the countdown to Christmas. So like every day is Christmas movies on the Hallmark Channel.
I've never really gotten into it, but I think maybe I can start. I would like to watch this. It may have premiered already. It features contestants living together in a holiday-themed house while taking on festive physical challenges and acting scenes. This is very funny and cute.
This is so fun. He's 34. He moved to Los Angeles in 2017 and has since appeared in Hulu's How I Met Your Father, Fox Rescue, High Surf, and Carrie Underwood's 2022 Ghost Story music video. He calls the experience on Hallmark's show a crash course in acting and says it's created lasting bonds with the other contestants and the show's cast and crew.
He was a standout quarterback at Sachem North High School, shout out, and we have a lot of Sachem graduates, I think, on our staff. He earned the All Long Island Honors in 2008-09 and later played at Stony Brook.
Whether he wins or not, he says the opportunity has been a gift and highlights the talent and determination of Long Islanders making their mark beyond the region. I love that about him. That was really great.
Yeah.
Great send-off.
That's fun. And your excitement makes it, I feel like I have to watch it. Yeah.
I watched Survivor. I love competition shows.
Yeah.
Like Survivor and Amazing Race. I really, really, really still want to call my friend and sign us up for Amazing Race because I think now we can do it even more.
So
she lives in Chicago.
Guilty pleasure number one is I still watch MTV's The Challenge. I watch it religiously every Wednesday night with my son.
Oh my gosh.
And during COVID, when nobody was hanging out, myself, my friend Jess, and our friend Keith, we would all FaceTime each other and watch it together because we used to watch it together. But
so
we
cute.
are we really aged out of the show. But that's my guilty. So I like competition shows too. Mine is just that. And fun fact, my brother-in-law and my nephew made it to qualified to be on Amazing Race. And I think that's what it was. And they had to fly out to LA because from there they were flying to like the mystery location, right? You don't know where. And this was during COVID, and they made it. They flew out to LA to take the next flight. They tested them for COVID there, and though my brother-in-law was showing no symptoms, tested positive for COVID.
Oh, that's horrible.
And that was it. And they said, we'll hang on to you for next season.
And then they never did.
And then didn't.
These game shows.
Damn COVID.
I was killing Wheel of Fortune last night. Killing it.
Do it. Price is Right comes to Long
Ryan
Island.
Seacrest, call me.
Okay, this weekend on Long Island, we have a lot of good stuff going on. Not to forget, your guide to all the fun happenings across the island is proudly sponsored by East End Getaway, which helps you discover seasonal events, family fun, and hidden gems throughout Long Island.
I love it. Friday, November 7th is the infamous Fish and Sips at the Long Island Aquarium, Riverhead, from 7 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sip, snack, and enjoy a night at the aquarium with drinks, small bites, and aquatic views.
Head to Raphael Vineyard for the North Fork Promotional Council Harvest Celebration. That's 6 to 8 p.m., where you'll celebrate the season with local wines, harvest flavors, and a taste of North Fork charm.
Talk Endless Limits and with Jason Rosenfield at the Parish Art Museum at 6 p.m. Hear from the award-winning surfer and filmmaker as he shares stories of adventure, passion, and pushing boundaries.
Adrenalize. The ultimate Def Leppard experience at the Suffolk Theater, 8 p.m. Rock out to a high-energy tribute show celebrating the hits of Def Leppard. Def Leppard, by the way, we all knew in high school and younger. Remember, the drummer had one arm.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Plan your weekend events and adventures at eastendgetaway.com or discoverlongisland.com. Right.
Okay, so some CelebriTEA. The infamous Long Island party pad, once owned by the real-life Wolf of Wall Street, just sold for almost $7 million. So the mansion's on Long Island. It's formerly owned by Jordan Belfort. It sold last week. And yeah, the buyers are another Long Island couple. And it's very cool. If you've seen pictures, we'll show you pictures, obviously, of this house. It is
sick,
enormous, and beautiful. And the disgraced stockbroker was famously portrayed by Leonardo DiCaprio in the film Wolf of Wall Street. So this was a Martin Scorsese film, and it chronicled Belfort's rise and fall through the 1990s. Did you see Wolf of Wall Street?
Bits and pieces.
Me too. And for some reason, Reed came home and he had watched it either with my brother-in-law or someone's house, and it was like, I know. Wildly inappropriate. And was, as usual, describing scenes to me like they're nothing. I'm like, that's just great. Yeah. Definitely didn't want to make sure you didn't see that stuff until later in life.
Yeah.
But Yeah, the house is really beautiful.
It is really
and I
beautiful.
like to hear that.
How much did it sell for?
6.85.
Wow.
Similar to what our pieces of real estate would
Similar
sell for.
to what I would buy a house for.
Yeah, I mean it's cute. It's cute. It's probably a third house, fourth house.
Yeah.
I mean I wouldn't spend that little on my own home, but that's me. But I like that another Long Island couple bought it.
I do
It's
too.
like-
That's what I was going to say. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Like when you start here, Long Island's a cool place to come to because you can buy something. Your starter home.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not on the water, or maybe it's not. And then, you can grow here as your business grows, as your family grows, and you can upgrade. And this is probably hopefully a nice example.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to upgrade
Same.
in the same
Maybe
caliber.
we can go in together.
That would be amazing. This was awesome. Great episode. I feel like we had covered a ton of stuff. And hey, hotties, I mean, it may be shorter this week, but we filled you in. We filled you in.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Don't forget to write us a review. Leave us 5 stars. Send us a DM. Let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you. We want to hear from yous.
We want to hear how you doing.
How you doing? Tell us how you doing. All right. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.